What's going on, guys? Caleb here at Speed Industry, and today we got the GRC behind me. We're gonna be showing you guys how to remove the rear bumper. I was doing some research online because we got some parts we wanna install for you guys, more video tutorials, and I noticed that there's not really anybody online that has a rear bumper removal tutorial for this platform. So today, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna show you guys how to take the rear bumper off, nice, simple, and easy, so you guys can do those modifications. Moving over here to the table, like I said, nice and easy. All you're really gonna need is a clip puller of your choice. If you really want to use a clip puller, a lot of times you can get away with a right angle pick. We're going to use a right angle ratchet here just to make it a little bit faster, but of course you can use a regular ratchet, and it's going to be a 10mm socket. And then there is a little clip on the side that has a Phillips head on it, but I'm going to show you guys a little trick that makes it easier to get off, because a lot of these cars you guys are going to have already driven them and there's going to be dirt in there, so it's not going to function exactly how it's supposed to. It might, but I'll show you a little tip to get the clip that needs this off a little bit easier. So if you guys are starting this off solo, that's gonna be fine, but I would highly recommend that you get a secondary person for when you're actually pulling the bumper off. It's pretty wide and it's a little bit hard to hold the bumper. There is a connection that you have to disconnect in the rear of the car. So if someone else is holding the bumper for you, it's a little bit easier to actually pull that connection. Starting out, we're gonna move up here. You're gonna see these plastic clips. It's just your standard push clip. We're gonna use the puller here just to show you guys. Come in here, pop these clips off. You do have to remove all these right here. Just go ahead and do that, these off. Once you got those 4 clips down, you're gonna go ahead. I think that's why they include this little hole here. I like to just stick my finger here, pull this all down. No mechanical sympathy here, it's just plastic. You're not really gonna scrape anything up or destroy anything. Pull that back, you'll see it's nice and loose in here. It's not holding the bumper anymore. Going over this side, you're gonna do the same exact thing. Pop these clips, just these 4 push clips. That's gonna free up the entire side rear section of the bumper, underneath at least. And then once you have these all removed, you're just gonna move to the middle section here. So here in the middle, the only parts that are actually holding the bumper to the car is gonna be these 2 push clips here near the exhaust. So we'll go ahead and pull these off. On our car at least, these ones were a bit tighter than the other ones. It did require, as you guys can see here, like a good amount of pressure to get that to separate, just because it's a bit fatter of a clip. It's definitely tighter. The last 4 you're gonna have to remove are actually underneath. So if you go ahead and come in here underneath, you'll see there's like this plastic like valance in here, kind of gives structure to the rear bumper. The clips are right here, connected to these metal tabs. Once you pull these last 4 clips, there is nothing underneath that is holding the bumper to the car. Everything else is either on the side of the rear bumper or up near the taillights. There we go. You'll be able to test that because you can actually like flop the bumper around now, letting you know there's not really anything holding it. So the next part that we're gonna be taking off to get the bumper off is actually this little plastic piece here. It's very similar to the GR86 if you've seen our other videos on that where we do the taillights as well. If you look closely in here between the taillight, you can actually get your thumb here in this little plastic thing, and that lets you pull the plastic back. From there, just give it a nice little quick tug, and it should just come right off. We'll go over here, do the same thing on this side, in this little tab here. And then quick pull, tabs come out, no clips are broken. All right, so lastly, we're just gonna take out this little 10mm here, make sure this is unloosened, and that is the top of the rear bumper done. So now we're gonna go over here to the side. Over here on the side of the car, you'll notice there's not really any clips or anything here. The only thing that you can visibly see that holds the bumper on is this little Phillips head plastic clip. On our car, you might be able to see it. It's kind of hard, it's very small. It was very dirty in here, and since this is made out of plastic, the threads are kind of weak. And when I tried to spin it off with the Phillips, it just kept turning in place, turning in place, turning in place. And you could literally just push this in that easily. So a little tip I said, we're gonna take our little right angle pick. If you're having trouble getting that off, I just put it right here in the side of the clip, very gently pull down, and I was able to pop the Phillips part out. I'll try to get a little better example showing you guys how I took this off. Like I said, I put the little pick in here. It's very soft plastic, but just kind of put it in between here and the clip and popped it up like that. Then I was able to use that little tool you guys saw and spin it out more and pull the clip out, because like I said, the threads are made out of plastic. They're very brittle, so you want to be careful with them. They can get dirty, and it just kind of spins in place. So that's just a little trick to help you get it out quicker, and then you just pull it out. It's just your standard clip. So now we're on the final steps of pulling the bumper. There's going to be just a couple tabs along the bumper, just like your standard car. All right, so this will be a good time to reach out, grab your buddy, because like I said earlier in the video, you are gonna wanna have somebody to help you hold the bumper. There's that one electrical connector I mentioned in the beginning of the video you will need to disconnect. And it also just helps to have someone hold the bumper so whenever it's coming off, nothing gets scratched up, nicked, things like that. This is the segment where I will say you have to kind of commit. It's gonna feel like you may break something, but you just have to be patient and kind of quick with your movements. The way I found easiest to get these clips to separate, because it's just a bunch of like pressure tabs that are holding the bumper in, is just get a hold of it. That plastic piece that we removed at the bottom, let you put your hand in here now, and just give it a quick pull like that. Almost like you're at the car chiropractor. You're just gonna give it a little pop, and all these little tabs are gonna start loosening up, allowing the bumper to come free. Just like that.
This is where I'm helping. And we're just gonna disconnect this, which is one simple plug. I just push this down right here.
And that, guys, is how you remove the rear bumper. Like I said, we do have some modifications we want to do in the future, which is why I want to give you a tutorial on actually how to remove the rear bumper. There's not a lot of resources out there, but that's it. Nice, quick, and simple. I think one of the future videos we have planned is the Cusco rear brace for this car. You might have seen in some of our other videos, we did the front Cusco brace as well as the center Cusco brace. Speak of the devil.
So guys, stay tuned to our next video. We're gonna be installing this, which is actually just gonna go behind there, hence the whole idea of removing the bumper. So stay tuned for the next video and we'll install this and we'll get going on it right now.